back to Unscrewed. My next friend knows a thing or two about celebrity mishaps and misdeeds. From thesmokinggun.com, please welcome my old chum, Andrew Goldberg. Hey, Andrew, how you doing?
Hey, Martin, how are you?
I'm doing great. Every time you're on the show, you get a little scruffier and scruffier.
It gets later and later here on the East Coast when I do it.
Yeah, we should let people know that you are in New York. Thank you for staying up very late. But you could have shaved. You had all day to do that.
I did shave this morning.
You did shave this morning. What are you, some kind of a weirbeast, man? A lycanthrope? My God. Is there a full moon in New York tonight?
As you move further down the channel, I'll shave more and more.
But you guys, recently, you should change the name from thesmokinggun.com to like CourtneyLove.com, because she's like all over the front page all the time.
You know what we're doing, which is really great? She's actually supposed to play a show in New York at the end of the month.
So you know she's going to up.
Well, it's interesting because she has a court date that morning.
Oh, she does? So you guys are going to be there?
Yeah, she does. And then she's going to Central Park. And, of course, we got some tickets, but we're also probably going to auction a few off, raffle a few off on the site, give them away to some people who, follow her as closely as we do.
Last thing I'd want to do is win a raffle for a Courtney Love concert. But that's okay.
Yeah, but that's the
some
first
people
raffle.
like her. Anyway,
let's
get into
you go
business.
To the show.
It's not only celebrities that end up on your site. I mean, some people actually become celebrities because they find themselves on the Smoking Gun. Let's talk about this strip club guy in New York City. What's his name? Tahodul Chaudhry. What happened with him?
I'm going to go with your pronunciation. What happened is about 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was another guy who filed a suit against this place, Scores. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a well-known strip club here.
Howard Stern hangs out there. You hear about it all the time.
Sure, all the
radio,
time.
Right.
And this guy was saying, look, I woke up in the morning and I had $30,000 in credit card charges, which I don't remember how it happened. So we found this suit where this guy was saying I had $130,000, and I was alone most of the time.
Wow. On
4 different credit cards.
How do you rack up a $130,000 credit card bill in a strip club in one night? Any ideas, Andrew?
I've never, I don't even have a credit card that could support a quarter of that, which he had 4 different credit cards supporting that.
I know. Don't you think that like Visa or something would have called up and stopped those transactions from happening after, say $50,000 in stores? I know they mask those things, so you don't know. We went to the strip club.
I hope he's getting miles on it.
Anyway, let's move on to Seinfeld's garage. Seinfeld in New York City, once again, is building a garage, but it's sort of been a little bit more complicated process than it was supposed to. Give us the information.
This is sort of one of those San Francisco people could understand, and New York could too, that, space is at a premium and apartments are expensive. And he bought this place for his cars, and, it took him over 4 years to build it. It took less time to build, the Empire State Building. And at the end of the day, it houses 5 cars.
Oh my God.
And it's basically the way the guys who built it, who we talked to, described it. It was more like, his bachelor pad. He's got a wife, he's got a couple of kids now, and it's around the corner from his place, and it's got flat screen TV, pool table, sort of a deck outside. So it's probably less of a garage.
Yeah, this is his garage. It's an $880,000 garage for his 5 Porsches. Unbelievable.
Oh, it cost millions by the time it was done.
Yeah, I bet. Let's move on to Richard Nixon. This is some old stuff. We're going to go back in history a little bit. You guys found some phone transcripts from Henry Kissinger. These things were recently released. They say some interesting things about Nixon when he was in the White House. Tell us about that.
Well, Kissinger was trying to find out if, Nixon could take a phone call from the Prime Minister of Great Britain. And Brent Scrowcroft, who was there, said, he can't right now because he's loaded. And
that's actually
they wanted to talk about, it was about the Middle East. So who knows where we could be today.
It's a very important subject. The 10 Downing Street calls wants to talk to the president. Kissinger says, can we tell them no? When I talked to the president, he was loaded. I mean, I guess that's the way politics used to be. Too bad it's
you
changed.
Could drink, and Nixon recorded everything, so you don't get away with anything with him.
Anyway, let's move on to another story. This is a really disturbing one. There's a child molester who turned out he was a circus clown, Spanky the Clown.
Right, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey circus clown. And what happened is the feds were sort of looking into all these people who were, downloading kiddie porn. And what they decided to do was bust the people first, because they have hundreds and hundreds of names, who had most likely contact with children. So teachers and circus clowns were at the top of the list. And then they're working their way down to other people.
It's a very, very disturbing story.
It's disturbing, and then you put the picture of him as a clown next to the mugshot.
All right, one more thing. You guys are actually kind of in trouble yourselves. Not really in trouble, but you posted some stuff about the Michael Jackson case on your site. And you're in a little bit of hot water about this. In fact, you're kind of being subpoenaed now over this investigation. Is that correct? Speaking of clowns, oh my God, look at that guy.
And I said to them, you know, I promised you I wouldn't give you up as the source a long time ago, and we're not going to do it now, no matter who comes down. Yeah, I mean, they're investigating it. It's a DCFS, a Department of Children and Family Services memo about Michael Jackson, which we posted. And the family is basically setting up to sue the city, and the county, rather. And part of it is this investigation to see how that memo got out there. And they sent a letter saying, look, you know, would you guys just tell us where you got it and make everything easy? And, you know, that's not the sort of thing we answer or deal with.
Right on. Sticking to your guns, man. Not giving up your sources. Andrew, thanks very much for being on the program.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Check out thesmokinggun.com for more. And why don't you go home and bathe or take a shower or something? I think it's time. All right, up next, a girl gone wired so hot, her photos have been banned in Utah, Missouri, and all of Texas except for Austin. Stick around.